Hey everyone, if you're anything like me, then you've probably spent the last few weeks watching Starkid's newest show, The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, on a loop. I am obsessed with this show, and if you haven't seen it, go watch it right now. One thing that I've realized from watching the show about 1,000 times is that it would make an amazing movie. So that's what I'm going to talk about. Disclaimer, this video is not criticism of The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals. I obviously love the show and thought it was amazing. This is just what I, as a person who loves musicals and studies film, would do if I were to make The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals into a movie. First things first, my general philosophy regarding movie musicals is that not every musical should be made into a movie. I think that there should always be a reason why a musical is being transferred from stage to screen, and the best movie musicals use the tools of film to their advantage. On to The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals. There are a couple of reasons why I think it would make such a good movie. The first is that the sci-fi elements and the special effects would be very impactful on screen. Another reason is that I think a movie could really make use of the location of the story. I think including the buildings and the scenery of Hatchetfield would add to the character of the town. Scenes like the storm scene, where a lot of things happen quickly in different locations, would work really well in a movie. The most important thing that would work well in a movie is that the singing and dancing would be a lot more jarring on screen than on stage. When you go to see a musical on stage, you kind of accept people randomly bursting out into song and dance. But it's not the same in a movie.
How does she know that you really, truly love her? I've never heard this song.
All of these elements together would make The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals really effective on screen. When I was thinking about my movie version of The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, I had a few inspirations. The biggest one is definitely Little Shop of Horrors. Not only did this movie combine musical comedy and horror, I think it's also very tonally similar to what I imagine my movie to be. The second biggest inspiration is general alien invasion movies, especially Invasion of the Body Snatchers. And of course, I also take inspiration from more stereotypical upbeat movie musicals. Now I want to go through the major changes I would make in my adaptation. The first one is a pretty simple thing. I would add some kind of in-universe explanation for the instrumental music. We all know why the characters are singing and dancing, but we're never told why we can hear guitars and drums. On stage, this is fine because it's something you just accept when you go see a show, but in a movie, this would stand out.
Oh my god, thank you.
I think it would be a pretty easy fix. Maybe the aliens are projecting the music into the brains of people. I don't really know. Someone more talented than me could figure it out. Next, I think there would have to be a slight tonal shift for a movie. It would definitely be a little darker and lean more into the horror. I would keep the comedy but remove some of the more silly jokes. As sad as I would be to see this go,
That's not how it works! You're either in the smoke club or you're out!
jokes like this
You probably went to Hatchetfield High. I went to Sycamore.
Fucking Timberwolves! We hated you guys.
We hated ourselves.
would have fit the tone better. This would extend to the characters too. The drier characters like Emma and Paul would be pretty much unchanged, but the more theatrical characters like Charlotte would have to be toned down a little bit. So now I'm just going to go through all the songs in the show and explain what I would do with each of them. Sadly, the title number would have to be axed. This is the only song in the show that doesn't have an explanation, and I don't think it would really work. I would probably add in a version with slightly altered lyrics to the end credits as a kind of bonus for fans. La-di-da-da-day, which sounds really funny now that I'm saying it out loud, is a great introduction to the idea of a musical invasion. I would make this number move more so the infected would be following Paul down the street. There's lots of examples of this in famous movie musicals, and it's also been parodied a lot, so I think it's a really good start to the show.
What do you want, Paul?
What Do You Want, Paul would unfortunately have to be reworked. The placement of this song is perfect, but the joke I think would be too extreme for the darker tone of the movie.
I want you to choke me while I jerk off.
Get your cup of roasted coffee, your morning cup of Joey. Make a jam and cup of Java mocha latte with the froth for you, Jack.
Cup of roasted coffee and cup of poison coffee are pretty much perfect. For the ending of this song, I'm torn between keeping the camera in the coffee shop with just the infected, or following Emma and Paul down the street and fading out the song.
I'll bring it right up.
I would mostly keep Show Me Your Hands the same, but change some of the jokes to fit the tone more.
Her cat is dead.
I think you could do some really interesting things with the sound for this song, with the combination of the music and the sirens. It would be really interesting.
And free of my heart.
For You Tied Up My Heart, I would definitely remove the backup singers, maybe tone down the jokes a little bit, because this is kind of where the musical starts to get more serious. But overall, it's a really good addition to the show.
It is time to
Join Us and Die, again, pretty much stayed the same. I love that it goes into the kind of rock musical territory more than the other songs. It's really fun, and it's also, since that's a really popular style nowadays, I think it's a really good inclusion.
What is going on?
Not Your Seed is amazing, and I'm keeping it the same. Honestly, making this made me realize how interesting the contrast is between this song and You Tied Up My Heart, because it really shows how the infected get to people differently.
This is humanity's 11th hour. And I've prepared something for the occasion.
So I think we all know at this point that Showstopin' Number is the greatest song ever written. Really though, it's a great 11 o'clock number, and it really showcases Professor Hidgen's viewpoint perfectly. I also think it adds some much needed levity before everything completely goes to shit. The only thing I would change is to make the only accompaniment the piano until the infected get there. This would go along the lines of the rest of it, with the music being explained somehow.
Yeah, we're great again.
Now, I'm not 100% sure what I would do with America's Great Again. I think it works well to show just how horrifying things are at this point in the show, but I'm not sure if the political undertones would work as well with the rest of the movie with the kind of tone I'm going for. And obviously, this is all completely hypothetical, but if this were to be made into a movie, it would be a couple years from now, so the political references might not even be relevant anymore. I'm sure someone with better songwriting ability than me could change this and make it, good. But I'm not really sure what to do with it. For Let Him Come, I would keep the song the same, but I would show Paul walking towards the theater during it instead of having him just come up onto the stage at the end. And I really think this would create more tension right before the climax.
What was that?
You let it out.
Was that a note?
Or just a sound. Am I finally coming round to a round scheme? Oh God.
Let It Out, I would start when he's further away from the meteor so that he starts dancing and singing more and more as he gets closer to it. Obviously, this isn't possible on stage because there's just not enough space, but in a movie, it's kind of what you would expect.
Those are the only choices. You had to sing to survive. We must go on with the show. It's inevitable.
For Inevitable, I would take out all the jokes. I would want this to be the darkest song in the whole show, especially when you show Emma's reactions. Similar to how I imagine La Di Da Da Day, I would want the infected to be chasing Emma around the space, so it would end with her cornered somewhere. Now, I already think that the way that they filmed this song really makes it reminiscent of the ending of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, so I would really lean into that and lean more into the whole horror sci-fi aspect of it rather than the comedy.
The apotheosis is upon!
Thanks for watching this video. What did you guys think of The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals? Do you think it would make a good movie? How do you think other Starkid shows would be as movies? Please like this video and subscribe if you want more.